Hey everyone, Dr. Dennis Ciccone from Ciccone Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center here. I just wanted to join you and talk a little bit about food allergy testing. This is something that comes up a lot. It's a pivotal part of the program that we work with. It's one of the first things we check with our patients. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about that. Sometimes people have questions, wanted to address those. So let's first start with, why do we do food allergy testing? Why is it so important? When we are looking at the triggers, remember there's thoughts, traumas, and toxins that we're trying to address. And one of the things we're trying to do to help you get healthy is to minimize the amount of stress coming into the body while also healing the body. We need to do both of those parts. So many times I will see people in my office that are doing one of the two, and they're just hitting their head against the wall because they're not making progress. It would be like if somebody kept coming and banging holes in my wall, and then I kept repairing them, but I never stopped making the holes, or if I stopped having people make the holes, but I never repaired the holes. It would never get solved unless both parts of that are being achieved. So when I'm working with a patient, one of the things I want to know is what foods are triggering an immune system response in their body. Some people say, why not different environmental allergens? Those are important too. They are also triggers. But the one that you can control the most and get the best handle on are your foods. If I tell you you're allergic to oak trees or your dogs or other types of things, what are you going to do? You're going to cut down all the trees and get rid of the animals? That's not going to be the easiest thing to do. The easiest thing to do is going to be to start controlling what you're putting into your mouth that, again, is creating the immune response. That's what's important to us. We want to know, one, what's causing the inflammation, and two, what's causing a trigger for the immune system. This is important in preventing autoimmune stuff or managing autoimmune stuff, as well as getting the gut to heal. So again, that's why we start with foods. Everybody that I test, that I have tested for the last 8 years, comes back with at least one food allergy that they're eating every week. Most of them are eating them every day. So this is a big deal because now we found one of these chronic triggers that is causing the health issue, and we can start to come up with a plan. So many times people are reading books now or blogs or other types of things which are giving them information of what they should be doing, and they're following these plans and they're working for some people and not working for others. By actually taking your blood, we are getting a true reading specifically for you. So this is not some cookie cutter plan. It's going to be specific. It's going to be individualized to you. Lots of times people ask me, why do I do the tests I do? The most important thing when you're doing a food allergy test is to have whole blood testing. There's lots of hair testing. There's lots of finger prick testing. These things are all simpler, but not as effective and usually less expensive. So as a patient, if I'm looking at it just briefly, I want the test that costs the least amount of money and costs the least amount of work. That's how we all are for every situation. The reason whole blood is so effective is because it's more stable and you get a better reading from it. Trust me, these companies that do whole blood testing, they don't want to make it more complicated. Right? It's more difficult to send it out, get a lab to do it, get that to the lab, make sure it's still good quality blood. Those things are all difficult. If a hair analysis was as simple and could get the best results, that's what people would use. It would be a lot easier. So again, you want to do whole blood testing. You want to look at these sensitivities or allergies. Again, I prefer the word allergies because really we're looking at a chronic inflammatory allergic response when we're looking at these IgG sensitivities or allergies, as opposed to an anaphylactic type response, which is what these IgEs are. So again, hopefully that answered a lot of your questions. That's why we start there. It's the easiest thing to control, easiest thing to remove. Most people are creating this chronic inflammatory change every single day. We want to make sure we're starting to avoid these things. So I'm so excited to be on the journey with you. If you haven't got your food test yet, make sure you get it and make sure you stick to it as well as you can. Have a wonderful day.